Oh, sorry, that's me.
What the is this?
Wow.
Oh my God. Surprise!
I'm from the Elvis Duran show.
Oh God.
The country's most popular top 40 morning program.
Elvis Duran in the Morning Show.
Yeah, it is. Here we go. It's Thursday. It's April 17th, and we welcome back the one and only Froggy, just in time for Food News Thursday.
Good morning. I am so happy to be back.
We missed you, Froggy. We have so much to ask you today. Like, where were you and why were you not here? Also, someone's texting in, good morning. I had a shower thought today. I was wondering about the lore of Froggy. I've been a long-time listener, never knew how you acquired him. He's always in Florida, or did he move there? I need to know more. Plus, happy Food News Thursday. This listener needs to know. So today, the lore of Froggy. We've got Food News Thursday. We're going to put you to work now that you're back. Good morning, Frog. How are you feeling?
I'm good.
And there's Danielle. Good morning,
Morning.
Danielle. Hi, Gandhi.
Hello.
Yo, what's up? Everything good?
Yes.
Okay, there's Nate. Buenos dias, señor Nate. Hi there, Scary.
Hello.
Producer Sam wearing her visor. Good morning, Sam.
She is.
Hi, Scotty B.
Hi,
How's
good
you feeling
morning.
in there?
Feeling
Scotty
great.
B control. Also, there's Diamond in there taking your calls at 800-242-0100, lining up a first caller of the day. Also, you can text us at 55100. So, someone said Suit and Tie by Justin Timberlake.
It was Garrett.
Is that? It was Garrett?
Yeah.
All right, this is for Garrett. Hit it, Scary. I like this dreamy sound. It's so dreamy sounding. Don't you love the sound of dreamy?
Oh, yeah.
There you go. That was a great pick. I haven't heard that song in so long.
Yeah.
So, question, who in this room is going to wear a suit and tie this weekend? Anyone?
Oh, no. No. Absolutely.
No
not.
shot.
Way.
Wow. Those lyrics are from another era. Well, welcome to the day. Do we have a first caller of the day?
Yeah, Diego in Wilton, Connecticut.
Hello, Diego. How's it going?
Hello, lady. How are you guys?
Hello, lady.
Hello.
Hello, lady. We're doing okay, Diego. What's it about for you today?
I am wearing a suit and a tie.
You
You
are.
are. Oh.
Send us pics.
You know, it does. Yeah, send us some pics. We haven't seen anyone in a suit and tie in quite some time. So you have like an official job where you have to wear a suit and tie?
I do. I actually have a limousine company, so you have to dress up to pick up clients.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, we appreciate the effort. I bet you look great. I don't know. I don't know about the guys here, but I know when I put on a suit and tie, even though it's a pain in the ass, you look in the mirror, you're like, okay, I'm ready for a different kind of night tonight. A suit and tie night. We don't have a lot of those.
I feel the same way.
There you go. Well, look, so do you have a lot of driving to do today?
I'm only picking up 2 guys, and I have a crew of about 10 cars, so they're doing the rest.
Wow. So do you own your own business?
I do own my own business. The reason I call is because I was talking to Diamond, and I told her that I've been listening to you guys since I was 14. That's the first time that I came to this country. I didn't speak English, so I didn't understand most of the jokes, but now I do.
Oh, no.
You know what? We speak English. We still don't understand most of the jokes. So where are you originally from?
Colombia.
Nice.
Well, welcome, even though it's several years later. So if you have friends in Colombia and they say, "Hey, Diego, we're thinking about moving to the U.S.," what do you tell them? Do you say it's a great place to live, or do you say, "Well"?
I honestly, I'm 37, so I've been here for about 23 years, and I consider the United States to be, my number one country.
I love that.
Nice.
I met my wife here. I have my kids here, so this country has given me so much. So whenever people say, I want to go and live the American dream, I say, go ahead. It's not easy, but if you work hard, you'll get it.
I love that. I love that. And I will say, and I don't mean to sound like a mean guy here. It seems like most of my friends who moved in from other countries, they are so more vocal about how much they love this country, more so than people who were born and raised here. I don't know. I think some of us take it for granted sometimes. It is a beautiful place to live. And I'm so glad you're living the American dream, Diego. What do we have for our friend Diego? Come on, set him up, Nate. Don't be cheap today.
You can take off that suit and tie
Come on,
and
Nate.
wear the Elvis Duran morning show hoodie.
Yeah.
Thanks to
There you
Hackensack
go.
Meridian Health.
That's
Nice.
cool.
Hoodie on the way, baby.
Can you guys
It's all
ruin
yours,
it for me?
Diego. Oh, okay. Looks like we got to ruin that. All right, we'll get to working on that for you, Diego. Thank you so much for listening. You be safe on the road today, okay?
Thanks, Elvis. Have a great day.
You
guys.
too. And hello, lady. Hold on one second. There you go, living the American dream. It seems like we're all doing it every day, but sometimes you need to remind yourself this is it. This is the dream. So let's get into the 3 things we need to know from Gandhi and on with the day. Gandhi, what's going on?
All right. Despite what some health professionals have continued to say, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. says that he wants to move away from what he calls an ideology that the rising rate of autism in the U.S. is the result of better diagnoses. He held a press conference yesterday and contradicted the CDC, which released a study Tuesday saying the rise in autism is due in part to the availability of services for early detection and evaluation. Kennedy called autism a preventable disease caused by environmental exposure and says we will have answers by September. Thus far, there is no solid proof of his claims. A federal judge is announcing potential contempt prosecution against White House officials. Judge James Boasberg wants to know why the Department of Justice did not turn around the deportation planes of hundreds of alleged Venezuelan gang members to El Salvador mid-flight. The White House says the order was oral and not written, and therefore was not valid. The Supreme Court lifted Boasberg's temporary ban on deportations, and the issue appeared to be over. But now that Boasberg has given the DOJ a deadline to explain, the flights, the issue is now back in focus with the mistaken deportation of a man living in Maryland to El Salvador. And finally, if you are a fan of watching the night sky, the Lyrid meteor shower is happening now. The annual celestial display started Wednesday night. It'll last through April 25th. The meteors are flying trails of debris left behind by a comet, and the shower on Earth each year happens in the 3rd week of April. NASA says that this meteor shower is expected to peak next week, April 21st and 22nd. Astronomers say no special equipment is required to observe this meteor shower. All you need is clear weather, a dark sky, and about 30 minutes for your eyes to adjust to the dark, and you should get quite a show. And those are your 3 things.
God, there's so much stuff going on in the sky these days.
Yes.
I don't know if it's a meteor shower or if it's Katy Perry coming in for a landing. We don't know.
Which now, everybody says conspiracy. It didn't happen.
Yeah, I know. That was done on a set. That's the same set where they did the moon landing, I'm pretty sure.
You never know. You never know.
Well, I love the wonders of this flat earth of ours. Are you ready? Are you ready for your Thursday?
Yeah!
Let's go.
The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.
Lola Young, how fabulous was that?
Amazing.
How is the reception here in New York City so far?
It's amazing. It's like London on drugs. That's how I describe New York.
That feeling of owning your first Mercedes-Benz is hard to believe, but it's real. From the leather stitching to the iconic design, every element of a Mercedes lives up to its reputation. See for yourself at your local dealer. Offers are waiting.
Elvis Duran in the Morning Show.
America's heroes need our help. Let's do good in their honor by donating $11 a month to the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Go to T2T.org. That's T2T.org.
This is Lady Gaga, and you're listening to my friend Elvis Duran and the Morning Show.
Oh, look at that. I'm her friend. I miss Gaga. Let's get her in here. Come on, Nate.
Yeah, Nate, work on the gogs.
I would love to have her in
Bring
here.
us some guests.
Oh, my God. I would love that.
Ed Sheeran.
You're the guy. You're the guy.
Well, we've got a lot of asks in, but it really depends on their schedule. When
Yeah.
they're going to be here in the building, blah, 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 blah. You know.
Blah,
I
blah,
think
blah.
maybe Ed will come when he's in town performing.
I'm hoping. He's my number one.
Yeah.
Ed is definitely on that list of the Time Magazine's 100 most influential people.
Yes.
See that list?
Yes, I did.
Ed Sheeran on there, Scarlett Johansson, Kristen Bell, Adam Scott, Rashida Jones, Kristen Wiig, Nicole Scherzinger. I never can say her name. Scherzinger.
Scherzinger. Scherzinger.
Aren't you so proud of yourself? You can say it. Hosier's on there.
Our
let's
girl
see.
Bobby Brown.
Is she? Oh my God, there she is. Beauty mogul Bobby Brown is on that list.
She's in the icon section.
Yeah, along with Demi Moore and Adrian Brody. David Muir from ABC News is on there. Donald Trump as a leader, the president of Mexico, Claudia Sheinbaum as well. J.D. Vance is on there, Megyn Kelly, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Under the leaders list. Titans, Serena Williams. That's cool. They're saying Blake Lively's on there. Lorne Michaels, I consider him a Titan, definitely. Simone Biles. Joe Rogan's on the list. Huh. So, what do you need to do to get on this Time Magazine 100 Most Influential People list?
Get a good
Probably
publicist.
be wildly influential.
Yeah.
Seems like
I
all
guess
those
you have to have
people-
some influence.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Hold on. Let me take that story and put it out of my pile for my entertainment.
You sound like Froggy when we steal
I
his
know.
food news stories.
Totally. I totally do.
Now you know how I
Froggy,
feel, Danielle.
What are your food news stories, Frog? I'll steal some of those too.
I'm going to sit right tight on those. I do have a question, though.
Yes, what's that?
What does it exactly take for you to become a, quote, mogul? What is a mogul?
A mogul? Well, I guess someone who's done really well in business. I guess would that be a mogul?
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard like somebody's a hip hop mogul. Like I've heard like different. You're whatever you are of your craft. You're a mogul. I didn't know.
You're a power in that field. I guess.
Are you a radio morning guy mogul?
I don't know. I think you have to. I don't know. I think
you would be.
moguls make like hundreds of millions of dollars. I think, like Bobby Brown, for instance.
I think it's just the top of whatever your profession is. Like,
oh, really?
You could be a hip hop mogul. You could be a radio mogul. You could be a business mogul. Whatever it is, you're just the premier talent.
I was just thinking, isn't that the Harry Potter thing? But that's a muggle. Isn't
Muggle.
It? Yeah, that's a little different. Sorry.
So close, just that one letter.
Just,
Well, what is the definition of mogul? Do we
I have
that
it
pulled up?
here. It says,
Okay, Nate.
an important or powerful person, especially in the motion picture or media industry. And then the example is the Hollywood movie mogul Sam Goldwyn. Isn't that the guy that was, yeah, I'm going to make you a star. See?
Yeah, see? well, actually, Bobby Brown's on the icon list and not the mogul list. So let me look back at. Okay, so moguls. Yeah. See, I'm going to make you a star.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, see.
So Harvey Weinstein would be a mogul.
I think there's a lot of other things I describe him as.
I think they pulled off his mogul ribbon. Let's get into the horoscopes. Producer Sam is here. I'm assuming it's Food News Thursday. Froggy's going to do these with you.
Yes, but we did have a request at first from listener Andrea Rose. Happy birthday, girl. She goes, can you rotate with everyone? And I said, no, that's crazy. So she said, okay, great, Froggy.
Froggy's the one.
Thank you for settling for me. I appreciate that. Happy birthday. You're also celebrating with Jennifer Garner, Victoria Beckham, and Redman. Capricorn. Holding on to grudges is only going to get tougher. Word for the wise. Process and let go. Your day's a 9.
Aquarius, do you really enjoy it, or are you just joining the bandwagon? Do what brings you joy and stop worrying about the rest. Your day's a 6.
Pisces, you don't always have to be an open book. Remember, you can change the price of what it costs to access you. Your day's an 8.
Aries, remember, even when it doesn't feel like it, what is meant for you will always find a way to work out. Your day's an 8.
Taurus, your success is no accident. Celebrate the hard work you've done and don't stop going all in. Your day's a 9.
Hey, Gemini, by giving yourself the permission to ditch the excess, you'll find new freedom to reach the goals you set for yourself. Your day's a 9.
Cancer, the haters may think they have all the answers, but that doesn't mean you can't change the questions. Your day's a 7.
Hey, Leo, by putting yourself first, you'll disappoint a few people, and that is okay. It's time to free yourself from their burdens. Your day's an 8.
Virgo, is numbing your pain helping you actually heal? It's time to face your issues and do the work. Your day's a 7.
Libra, there are periods of work and then there are periods of relaxation. So find the balance between the two. Your day's a 5.
Scorpio, sometimes it's better to just do it rather than think about why. Get into action mode. Your day's a 10.
And finally, Sagittarius, by loosening your grip, more that you want will find its way to you. Your day's a 6, and those are your Thursday morning horoscopes.
All right, perfect. Now, Danielle, do you have any stories left that I didn't ruin?
I do. So, no bleep, Sherlock. Firefest 2 has been postponed.
No, say it isn't so.
Scary. Make sure you get that refund. And
Hold on a second. How can you postpone something that never was?
Exactly.
It's never going to be.
Exactly. It's so ridiculous. And we are getting ready for weekend 2 of Coachella kicking off tomorrow.
All right. Thank you, Danielle. All of that and a lot more stuff on the way. Here we go. I'm going to push that button.
Waking up. All of you are so hilarious.
That's the immaterial.
Wake up. I start my day with it.
Elvis Duran in the morning show.
Thank you. Love you guys.
Love you all so much.
This is Elvis Duran and the morning show.
I bet you $1,000 if ever Danielle is missing, you could always find her in a seat at a show on Broadway.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, for the most part.
Last
I love
night,
that.
went to see our friend Darren Criss in Maybe Happy Ending.
Yes.
A show that Gandhi and I saw several weeks ago.
Yeah.
What did you think about it?
We loved it. Deanna actually was my date last night. We had the best time. It was so much fun. The music, the scenery, the whole concept of it's about robots, if you don't know. And just, it's very funny, too. And it just tugs at your heartstrings. I honestly think we would have been a little bit more emotional if it wasn't for the brat behind us kicking our seats. But other than that...
Okay, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Now, how old was this seat-kicking brat?
I would say between 8 to 10.
Not cool.
Yeah.
Was
that's
there
what I
a
would
parent?
think.
Were they there alone?
So the parent was there. Deanna turned around 3 times and told him to stop kicking the seat. No. I kept looking behind me. The person next to me kept looking behind us. And then I heard the mom say, please don't do that. And then I heard the child say, I'm not doing anything. I just have my foot on the seat. And I almost turned around and said, that is not true. But I was
you should have done that.
I didn't want to because the show was happening and I didn't want to interrupt everyone,
And here's the thing about that show. There is no intermission. So you
No.
can't okay, intermission, let's stand up and yell at this little brat.
Right.
There's no time. There's no moment.
Mm-hmm.
But, in the words of Mel Robbins, just let them.
Let them.
No,
yeah.
God, no.
But I did try. To be honest, I did try to just let them for a while. I was like, you know what? It's not that big a deal. Just pay attention to the show. And then after a while, it was like...
See,
Okay.
And I was
feel like this is a let me moment where I'm going to snatch your shoe and throw it.
I didn't want to
Because you're
interrupt
driving
everybody.
me insane.
Deanna's so funny, though. She turned around. She's like, excuse me, could you please stop kicking our chairs? Thank you. I was like,
Absolutely
yeah,
not.
Deanna, you go.
Well, the thing is, the mother and the kid, they paid a lot of money to sit there and watch that show. So did you. I mean,
know.
everyone who is there, they need to see the show without being interrupted. And you shouldn't let your kid put their feet on those chairs because
No.
they go back and forth,
No, yeah.
So sorry about that.
But that's okay. Other than that, the show is amazing. Everybody should see it. It's such a great concept. It's very different. It's not your traditional show. It was really, really special. So I really loved it. And I forgot it was Darren after a while. Like, we're watching our friend on the stage, so it's kind of weird. But at first I was like, oh, there's Darren. And then I was like, totally forgot it was even him because he's that good.
Well, that's the sign of a great actor.
Yeah.
Someone who you totally forget them as the person, and we know him. He's a good friend.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing with me. I was telling this to Gandhi. Gandhi agreed, right? I guess.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You watch Darren Criss in this role, and you forget it's him.
Mm-hmm.
He's that good. He's so good.
He's so good.
Well, good. I'm glad you enjoyed that.
Thank you.
Let's get into your report.
All right.
Let's see. Do you have any stories left that I didn't?
I do.
I didn't steal.
So this is crazy. I mean, I don't know. I'm so shocked at this one. Firefest 2 has been postponed. What? What? So I was on the website, though, and it looks like the merchandise is still available. And I'm kind of tempted to buy something. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
There are a couple of hats that say Firefest 2 is real. So this is why I'm kind of thinking what Gandhi was thinking. Maybe this was all just for publicity and it was never real to begin with.
Wait, just to sell a hat?
Yes, to sell some. The merch is $70 to $170.
Well, I know, but
It's
look
insane.
at us. We're all going to sneak on there and try to buy it later.
I think I might. Yeah,
see, they did there. Okay.
This man is unwell, and he's also a marketing genius, and he just figured out how to make everybody talk about him for free.
He's a swindler.
Without any plan to ever do anything, and now people are going to go buy this merch.
Right.
He's a scammer.
This is what I'm saying. I agree. So, so Scary, you're going to get your money back. Whatever
I didn't buy tickets.
For your $1,400 ticket to the concert that never was. Okay.
Wow, and you got the deluxe the deluxe tent, didn't you?
Yeah, with bottle service.
Wow, look at that. With the sparklers in the bottles.
And the ladies with the tassels on their boobs. They
Empty
were
bottles.
coming out too.
Put it all on that Magnesis card.
All right, let's talk about Luke Bryan. He was on Jimmy Kimmel Live, and he told everyone he keeps getting mistaken for another country superstar, even in his own hometown. He said, my gas station that I live nearby, one of the attendants that works there said, hey, Blake Shelton, tell me what it's like being Blake Shelton. He said, even when I told the guy, I'm not Blake Shelton. The gas attendant was clueless as to who Luke Bryan was and was like, but you look so much like him. You're like his doppelganger. So,
what?
Yes.
That's so awful.
It's so crazy. Oh, my gosh. Let's see. The girlfriend of Liam Payne was talking about their last conversation when she was about to leave Argentina to head back to Florida after, before he passed away. And oh my gosh. So she said that she was like babbling. She was telling Jay Shetty about this on his podcast. And she was babbling and babbling. And then Liam interrupted her and said, you're going to miss your flight. You're acting like this is the last time you're ever going to see me.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
Like that was crazy. I can't. Anyway, next week, Telemundo will have the Billboard Latin Women in Music event. Selena Gomez will be honored as Woman of the Year. The award goes to those that demonstrate exceptional success, leadership, and cultural influence in the music industry. So congratulations to Selena Gomez. So this Saturday is the second of 4 cinema days this year, and movie theaters call it Sneak Peek Saturday. So if you're at the movies this weekend, you're going to get to see previews of a lot of the summer blockbusters, a lot of the stuff that they showed at CinemaCon the other day. So the Fantastic Four, First Steps, Superman, Jurassic World Rebirth, Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning. A lot of those, you're going to get to see a lot of those previews, which is pretty cool. Were any of you on Zoom yesterday and noticed that it was experiencing some problems?
Oh, really?
Yes. So apparently there was a major outage yesterday afternoon. Roughly 68,000 users reported problems using their Zoom, and it involved the web application and something else with the app. But anyway, they said, please be patient. It'll be back up, and eventually it was. But I didn't need it yesterday, so I didn't even notice.
What a great day for office workers.
I know,
or
right?
not office, remote workers, I guess.
Yeah.
Yay.
You can't do anything.
Yeah.
Benson Boone is still feeling how amazing his performance was at Coachella, which, by the way, kicks off its second weekend tomorrow. And a lot of people still saying, you're a lot like Freddie Mercury. And he was talking to TMZ about it, and he said, look, I am loving this. It's a huge compliment, but at the end of the day, I'm focused on just being myself. He says, I'm not trying to be anybody else but myself, but to hear that I'm like Freddie Mercury is definitely incredible. And I know, Elvis, you love your Benson Boone.
I tell you what, he has it, The same thing Gaga has, right?
Yeah.
They have that it thing, and you can't really describe it, but anything and everything I see Benson Boone posted with or on or doing, just him just being casual, just talking about something, you just see that thing he has. It's hard to explain. You do know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
That it thing.
Yep.
Did anyone hear of that thing?
No.
Scary. Scary's got that it.
That's called COVID, and he doesn't admit it.
I got that itch.
You've got those its.
Itch. I have an itch.
Scary's got an itch. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Justin Bieber, according to The Hollywood Reporter, Justin might be in $20 million worth of debt from canceling that Justice World Tour back in 2022. But his rep told People magazine that it's all clickbait stupidity and that it is not true. Like I said, we are kicking off the second weekend of Coachella tomorrow. And I know The Weeknd, I think, is doing something pretty big around the Ferris wheel. That big famous Ferris wheel. Will you see everybody's pictures? So Elon Musk is known to have 14 kids with 4 different women, but he may have even more, guys. This is according to the Wall Street Journal. They're saying that he has a habit of asking women to let him impregnate them. Sometimes he even hits them up on Twitter, and he uses payoffs and non-disclosure agreements to keep them quiet. And they're saying he refers to his children as his legion. In a text, Elon allegedly sent to one of his baby mamas that he needed to impregnate more women because, quote, to reach legion level before the apocalypse, we will need more surrogates. So...
yeah,
so he's doing his part, is what he's saying.
I guess he's doing his part. I don't know. It's
God.
What was that, Gandhi?
No, the 14th baby mama. She came out and said he offered her a $15 million payout.
Yes, I saw that
to keep her mouth shut.
Yep.
About it.
Guess not.
Yeah,
that's a lot of damn money, man.
Yeah.
$14 million. Would you shut your mouth for $14 million?
Yes.
And
Yes.
not tell anybody
Yes.
you had Elon's kid.
Yes.
Oh, Diamond's in the other room going, yeah, I do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would shut my mouth for $14.
Wow. Okay.
You know,
Wow.
Nate, it's not too late for you to start your legion.
Yeah, let me get right on that.
Let's get out there and get
crazy.
Nate
It's so
Let me
crazy.
on that
on
Legion.
that.
Get on the Legion tip.
By the way,
get going.
the reason she turned down the 15 million is because she didn't want her kid growing up feeling like they were a secret, which totally makes sense. Makes sense. Look, Nate's like, whatever, 15 million.
Hey, little Junior, you're a secret, okay? But here's half of my 15 million.
Yeah. Make up a new story. You still got $11 million left.
Yeah.
Oh my
Get out of here.
God. All right, let's talk about what we're watching. Matlock is the first season finale of
Yes.
that. You've got,
no.
You've got Law and Order Organized Crime. You've got, 911. Grey's is on. Dr. Odyssey. Anybody else in this room watch anything good last night?
No.
Okay.
I don't even know if I had dinner. I don't know what happened last night.
I didn't have dinner, and that's my Danielle report.
Do you ever have those nights where you just sit around and do nothing and you just don't even know what you did?
Yeah.
I think I was texting people. I was sending out email. We had some stuff going on. And I was just flipping through channels. Never really stopped on any channel. If I ate something, I don't remember what it was. I'm going to go look through the trash and see if there's any. I mean, you know how it is if you're like texting and you're talking to people, maybe you'll have a snack while you're talking, but you don't remember eating it. Mm-hmm. Am I the only one that
Your mindless scrolling became mindless everything because it doesn't sound like
mindless eating.
Everything. Seriously, you don't even remember anything.
Obviously, I went to sleep because I woke up. I remember that.
My mom just came back from a trip and she went with somebody. I'm not going to say with who, but she realized that person eats in their sleep.
Oh.
And so in the middle of the night, she hears.
Wow, a sleep eater.
Sleep eater. And so she told them, she's like, you eat in your sleep. And they were like, yeah, I know. So yeah, it was so, she goes, I never experienced that before. She goes, it was so crazy. So yeah.
I have this thing where I always eat first thing in the morning. And then, so Alex always gets up later than me on weekends. He'll come down and he'll look in the sink. He'll like, there's like 4 little plates here. I cleaned the sink out last night. I'm like, well, so whatever we had for dinner that night before, he thinks it's so weird. It's just what I do. Whatever we had for dinner the night before, I always warm up a little blob of it the first thing out of bed. I have to taste something.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
So I'm sort of sleep eating, I guess. I don't know. All right, let's take a break. I'm going to go dig through the trash can and see what I have. Do you want to do like a feud or something?
I got a password here.
Yeah.
Shall we do that?
Yeah.
Password time? All right, if you want to play password. I remember the last contestant we had on this. She was amazing. Remember her? She got every word immediately.
Yeah,
so
she was pretty quick.
Let's see if you can be as quick. Call Diamond now at 800-242-0100 because coming up next, it's time for password.
Hey, it's Gandhi, and you might have heard of my podcast, Sauce on the Side. If not, come explore the parts of my brain that we don't talk about on The Big Show. Everything from science to love to the not-so-safe-for-work topics that make us laugh. Join me every Wednesday for a new episode of Sauce on the Side on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart, or wherever you get your podcasts. And while you're there, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe.
Elvis Duran and the Morning Show.
Rocket is giving every home one address, rocket.com, a single seamless home ownership platform to help you find, buy, sell, finance, even refinance your home. Visit rocket.com, the new home for all things home ownership. Rocket, own the dream.
Elvis Duran and the Morning Show.
All right, let's play. Let's have some fun. Brian on line 13, I believe, line 13, wants to play password. Let's see how he does. Hey, Brian.
Hello,
oh, there's the song.
lady.
Whoa, there's your song. Listen, this song's just for you, Brian. It's the password theme. Brian is calling in from Fairview, PA.
Okay.
Right outside
You need to know
of
that.
Erie.
Oh, here goes Nate.
Here goes Nate. Sound like the old man. It's right outside of Erie.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Nate, we got a lot in common.
That's right, between Gerard and McCain. How y'all doing out there?
Oh, my God.
Good. I'm actually in Sagertown right now.
Oh, Sagertown.
Oh, my God. Hey, hold on. All you guys talk the same. We're going down to the Cracker Barrel today. There outside Fairview. Well, look, Brian, we're so happy you're here. You know how this game works, right?
Yes.
I have to say, out of all the games that we play as a collection of friends, this is the one we actually try to do well at.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And we're actually quite good at it, right? I've listened back Everybody in here is very intelligent because the clues they give are very good clues.
Well, every once in a while there's a clue.
Normally they are. I got to tell you guys something, though. I've been listening to you for about 5 years. This is the first time I ever called, and I got through, so hopefully my luck continues.
Hey.
Look at that.
That is pretty lucky.
You should go gambling in, I guess, what, Bethlehem? Is that the closest casino to you? I don't know.
No, they have one in Erie now.
Oh my God. If they've got, oh, no. Erie's gone down the toilet. They have casinos now. Satan is living on the streets of Erie. All right. Well, look, you can go down to the casino today. You may win. Do we have money to give away here?
No.
That's
But
no.
it is something better. It's a limited edition Elvis Duran apparel.
Ooh,
Oh, man.
That's better than money. Who needs money?
After
Money,
the girl
money.
yesterday, I was be disappointed I'm not having sweatpants in your line of clothing.
Yeah, I know.
We're going to work on the sweatpants for you, Brian. We got to
I'm with
come
you,
up with a
Danielle.
sweatpant. Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
remember
that's
the old
all right. I'm
sweatpants?
just here to have a good time.
Remember the old sweatpants that had Juicy written on the ass? We should have like
Duran.
Elvis Duran on the ass.
Yes.
Put Elvis on your ass.
Put it right in the crack.
Hello, lady.
Yeah.
Hello, lady.
One of these
And the O would be like right in the middle. You know what I mean? All right, we got to play. We're going to play. All right, so everyone here, we're all playing here, giving clues to Brian. We now know the password, and we're going to start with Gandhi. Gandhi, you give the first one-word clue to Brian.
Vibrate.
Shake.
Yeah! Holy crap!
My God.
Awesome! Whoa!
That is amazing. Shake.
Good job!
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
Oh my God,
Well,
this is amazing.
If you could just stop feeling it for just a moment, we're going to give you another clue for a new word. Okay, we reset the word.
Oh my God.
Great clue there, Gandhi. All right, we move around to Froggy. Froggy, what is your one-word clue for this new word?
Over.
Under.
Okay. Danielle.
Okay. Troll.
Ooh, good one.
Not feeling it.
Okay.
Okay. Nate.
London.
Oh, it's good.
That's the one.
Bridges.
Absolutely, bridge.
Nice, Brian.
Very good.
You got it. It's bridge.
Nice.
All right. I don't see any theme in these words.
No, there's
No,
really
not
no
at
theme.
all.
It's a stream of consciousness.
Oh, okay.
Just as they come to you.
Consciousness. All right, we have a new word. What is your one-word clue? Scary. Cut.
Knife.
Okay. No, that's not. Let's go around the corner to Gandhi. What's your one-word clue?
Slim.
Jeans.
Jeans. All right, Froggy.
Bush.
There you go.
Trim.
Yeah! Good job.
What we're going for, people.
Brian, you're good.
Brian is
We
really
love
good.
some bushy trim.
Hey, what the hell is this one?
Here we go. All right, we have a new word. You're doing very well, Brian. We're very proud of you. Trim was a difficult one until, of course, bush. That was just beautiful. Beautiful, Froggy. All right, your one-word clue. Danielle, you're the first up.
Oh my gosh. Penis?
Oh God.
Remember?
What was that?
No.
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 Nate said that.
Nate.
Trench coat.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Streaker.
No.
You're so close.
All right, I'm going to add one here. Expose.
Oh, yeah. Good answer.
Flash.
Yeah. That's good. Come on.
The word was flasher, but we you got it. That's okay. Wow. So far we've had shake, bridge, trim, and flasher. Let's see what our last word is. Let's see how you do with this one. We're going over to...
Who's going to say it?
Hold on. Scary, what's your one-word
Gotta be
clue?
a good one.
What's your one-word clue?
Meow.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Kitty.
No.
Kitty. No, that's not quite it. All right, let's go over to Gandhi. Come on, Gandhi. What's your one-word clue?
Elvis, I'm going to mouth something to you.
No, go ahead. What's the word?
Pussy?
Cat.
I pretty much knew where you were going on that one. Kitty and pussy.
I don't want the eternal soundbite of me saying that ever.
All right, you got all 5, and you got them rapidly. He did very well. What do you have for our friend Brian?
We've got the limited edition Elvis Duran apparel, and as soon as those sweatpants come in, you are getting the first pair.
Yes,
How about
Brian.
that?
There you go,
Awesome,
Brian.
guys.
Gonna be a
We have you
while.
on the waiting list.
I got to tell you guys, you put a smile on my face every day listening to your show. You guys are hilarious.
Well, I don't know
Love
about
you,
that,
Brian.
but we appreciate you listening anyway. So thank you very much, and have a great day, Brian. Music out. Here we go, Scary. And thank you for playing Password. There you go. I love how people are texting in trying to guess the word. Someone guessed flasher. Someone guessed deli. Operation Bridge. Look, hey, feel free. You can text in the answers. I love that. We have a phone tap on the way. It's not worth any money. It's just a free phone tap. Also, we have guests later on, and I am intrigued with this guest that Gandhi has, actually 2 guests that Gandhi has invited in on the show in about an hour.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, tell everyone who they are.
It's Ben Lamm and Beth Shapiro. Beth Shapiro is the scientist, and Ben Lamm is the founder of Colossal Biosciences, which is the company behind bringing back the woolly mammoth. But they already brought back the dire wolf and the woolly mouse. So they have a lot of really cool stuff going on, and that'd be fun to talk to them.
Yeah. I want to know.
Excellent.
I want to know when the dinosaurs are coming back.
They will tell
They'll
you
let you
never.
know. Good luck. They're working diligently to get them back in here. All right, let's get into. That's actually about 2 hours away. Let's get into the 3 things we need to know from Gandhi, and let's get on with the day.
Alrighty.
Gandhi, it's all you.
Okay, the IRS is preparing to implement a significant workforce reduction, potentially cutting up to 40% of its staff. That's according to an internal memo obtained by CBS News. The plan aims to decrease the agency's workforce from approximately 102,000 employees to between 60 and 70,000. This initiative follows the conclusion of the 2025 tax filing season and is part of a broader effort to streamline operations and enhance efficiency. The IRS has already experienced significant staff reductions, including the termination of approximately 7,000 probationary employees. That happened earlier this year, as well as the acceptance of voluntary buyouts by over 22,000 employees. The full implementation of the plan is expected to be completed by September. And again, a lot of people think this means you can roll the dice on your taxes and just not do them anymore. Officials are saying don't try that. You will still get in trouble. You will still get caught.
Really?
Nah, what? They'll never know. Come on.
Yeah, there's less people there. They'll never find
I
out.
would never do that.
Right. All right. The state of Connecticut is declining to sign the Trump administration's request that it comply with their diversity, equity, and inclusion orders. State Education Commissioner Charlene Russell Tucker says the state already is in full compliance with the Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Title VI bans discrimination based on race, color, or national origin in programs or activities that receive financial assistance. And finally, a lot of people are going to be impacted by this one. Chinese retail sites Shein and Temu say their prices are going up next week because of tariffs. Yes. Oh my gosh. Run now. Oh my God. Trump has also ended a duty-free exemption for goods worth less than $800, which helped bring in about 1.4 billion packages to the U.S. last year. The companies have built an American customer base in the millions because of their low prices. A lot of people are saying this is going to be a great thing because the fast fashion brands are really causing a lot of environmental damage.
Yeah.
But if you shop there, your prices are going to be going
My
up
mom's
soon.
going to be very disappointed.
Oh, no.
She's like Timu's best friend.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Sorry, Danielle's mama. And those are your 3 things.
What a badge of honor, Timu's best friend. Hey, do you know anyone, or have you actually stocked up on something because you just assumed maybe the prices would go way up because of the tariffs?
No, I haven't.
We were reading, there's a lot of cosmetics that are going up.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you've gone out and bought a bunch of nail polish or something. I don't know. I know our friend Achille, who owns an Italian restaurant. He's been buying tons of olive oil.
Oh, really?
Wow.
He's got cans and cans of it in the garage. What's that, Danielle?
Isn't there someone higher up like that, like did lots of eyeliner, like so many eyeliners because of the eyeliner industry?
I don't know. Sometimes you're like, okay, I pay enough for this, and now it's going to go up. Might as well go buy a closet of it, whatever it is. Text us at 55100. I want to hear what you've been hoarding because of the tariffs. All right, let's take a break. We'll be back right after this. Hit the button, Scary.
Ha ha, laugh, funny. Elvis Duran in the Morning Show. Elvis Duran in the Morning Show.
Hey, look, a lot of people are saying, what are you doing? You're fear-mongering. No, we're not. We're talking about the tariffs. We all know that, when tariffs roll in, that the price of some things will go up. They will. It's just the way it will be. I don't know how long they'll go up, but they will. Mm-hmm. Even the President Trump says, yes, there will be some sting from this. So people are texting in the things that they have been buying to be ahead of the tariffs.
Yeah.
But look, dryer sheets, laundry supplies. See, I don't know where they come from. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure why I'd buy them, but if they're from another country that is going to have tariffs on it, okay. Here's someone that said they bought a lot of California olive oil. Wait a minute.
Like California, USA?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Wait.
Okay. A lot of people are buying a ton of tequila because the tequila coming from Mexico, they're like, well, they're going to have to pay more, so let's stock up. Hey, I'm all for that. I mean, how long does tequila last? It doesn't go bad, does it?
No.
Well, if it did, it wouldn't go bad in my house. So there's that. Here's someone buying like jam, like preserves from France. Okay, look at that. We did find an interesting text, though, from Tyler in Canton, Ohio. And I don't know if this is because of tariffs or just the need to live off the grid. Let's go talk to Tyler. Tyler, are you there?
Yes, sir, I am. How are you?
There you go. We're doing great. Well, good morning. I love the fact you sent us this text. Tyler says, I bought seeds, 3 cows, 20 chickens, so I could be self-reliant and live off the grid. I love that. You harvest sap from your maple trees in the woods, and you have bees, and you're getting honey from your honeybees. You have quite the farm going on there. That sounds cool, Tyler.
Yeah, I try. I bought the cows because beef is just going outrageous. I used to buy my beef from a local butcher, and I'm tired of doing it. So I'd be self-reliant on myself.
Now, do you slaughter the cow whole, or do you just slaughter off pieces of cow that you want to eat that night?
Oh my gosh! What?
Well,
it's a stupid question.
I have an agreement with the cow. I'm like, all right, give me a hip tonight, and I'll give you back one tomorrow.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know if it works that way.
No, it doesn't. No, they're still babies right now, and I'm kind of regretting the decision because cows are messy, and I didn't realize this. Me and my wife, we have goats as well, and for our kids, and the cows are way messier than goats. So I'm kind of regretting the cows right now, but I think it'll all work out. My son named one Dale after the Dale sauce.
Right.
The Dale seasoning you put on the Dale.
When you start naming your cattle, it gets really personal.
You can't eat Dale. Yeah. Dale, you can't eat them.
Do your kids know what's going to happen to Dale?
They do, and I don't think it's really they're younger, so I don't really think they know exactly what's going to happen, but we tried to desensitize them on it because they're not going to be like a lifelong pet.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, if they're young, you could just go ahead and take care of it now. Just have veal. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no! Stop it!
Excellent.
So, Tyler, why do you have this great desire to live off the grid and be self-sufficient? Which I think, by the way, it's brilliant. And if you can succeed at doing it, good for you. But what was the meaning behind all of this for you?
I like my money. I want to keep it to myself. I don't. Prices have gone up over the course of a short period of time, and I'm a senior buyer for a company, so I see the tariffs every day, and it's like, why am I going to waste my money when I can just invest a small amount and then profit from it in the end by not not wasting my money on stuff that doesn't need to be wasted on that I can do myself.
Wow. Yeah, Gandhi.
When it comes to all of this, and you say you're saving money, with the time and the effort that you're putting into it, is it a huge money saver?
It is and it isn't. The bees take care of themselves. The cows more or less take care of themselves. They're just out in the pasture. So really the only thing I have to pay for is fencing and vet bills if anything happens. Knock on wood, I haven't had anything happen like that. And then the materials for the beehives, and then the sap or the syrup making, which isn't, it's not extremely high, and the chicken coop. But no, I think in the long run, I'm going to save a lot of money with eggs, of course.
Yeah.
Because the chickens will pay them off because I'll sell them to neighbors or, whatever.
I love that.
Whoever wants any.
Okay.
I think that's so cool.
And then the
the beef, the beef. Now, so you have someone who can butcher the cattle for you.
So I hunt, so I can do it myself.
Okay.
Poor Dale.
Poor Dale.
His own dad is turning on him.
Poor Dale.
Justice for Dale.
I stand for Dale. We're gonna come kidnap. We're gonna kidnap Dale, just like Gandhi kidnapped that lobster out of the tank at Red Lobster that time. Remember that?
Twice. It's happened twice.
Oh my God! Hey, so I think this is great, and especially eggs of late. They've been so in the news because of the cost. But what Tyler's talking about here, I have friends down the street from where I live, their farm, they have tons of goats and pigs and everything. It's a lot of work. It's a major amount of work. The livestock anyway. The bees, like you said, they kind of do their own thing, and the sap, it saps. What are you going to do?
Yep. Yeah, you only get it once a year.
How cool, though. Good for you.
Elvis, can't you do this on that new little piece of land that you have? The one where you're going to plant, what were you planting?
My sequoias?
Redwood.
Yeah.
We're not going to plant sequoias. Never mind. No, we got soybeans going up there, if you need some edamame. What?
Can't you have like chickens and cows and all
I
that
could.
stuff? That'd be so cool.
Well, no. In theory, it's cool, but and Tyler and others like Tyler will tell you it's a lot of work. It's several times a day. It's first thing in the morning, last thing before you go to bed. You got to move your chickens around. You have coyotes and things breaking and slaughtering your chickens.
I don't do any of that.
Who does that?
Who does it? Who the hell does that for you?
I have an automatic chicken door, so it opens the coop in the morning when the sun comes up, and it closes it at night. And I have my whole I don't have my whole property, but I have 5 acres fenced in with more or less varmint-proof fencing. It's 5 foot tall, and it goes in the ground 6 inches that I had put in. So all my chickens are free range, my cows are free range, my goats are free range.
Wow.
And they just kind of do their own thing. So I just wake up in the morning, pull out of the driveway, go to work, and I go, hi, and then I say,
wow.
Look at you with your fancy automatic chicken door. I need one of those.
Yeah, all I gotta do is clean the coop once a week, and I'm good.
Wow. Well, see, that's more than I would do. So see, I'm not gonna clean any coops. I can't do that. Yeah, what up, Scary?
I read somewhere that when a chicken is happy and doesn't have stress or anxiety, it produces more. Is that true? You get more eggs out of them?
I don't. You usually get 1 egg a day. Now, I do have some freeloading chickens who don't lay every day, and they just like to eat.
Time to hit the fryer.
Freeloader.
I have an egg question.
Yeah.
Some fried
buffalo wings.
We're having some fried chicken for dinner.
Yeah, they're not happy with the grass quality.
Yeah, what's that, Danielle?
So if you get an unpasteurized egg, because I know sometimes we have friends who give us a carton of those, how long do those actually last? Like, when do I have to throw those away?
So if the eggs are not washed and they're just taken right out of the coop, I just lay them on the counter and they stay that way for a week and a half.
Okay.
But if you ever have eggs in your fridge and you want to know if they're good or bad, just get a bowl of cold water, put the eggs in there. If they sink, they're good. If they float, they're bad.
There you go. See, I knew that.
Me, Tyler.
I'm surprised I knew something. Yeah. But as long as you don't wash those fresh laid eggs, you leave them out. There's no reason to put them in the refrigerator. People don't understand that concept.
Yeah.
But if you wash them, you got to refrigerate them or just use them immediately, right?
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, you got to refrigerate them.
All right, look, I love the fact that you spent some time with us, Tyler. You were fabulous. I love what you're doing with your kids, introducing them to a way to live without having to get everything from the grocery store. I think that's pretty cool. You're a good dad. I love that.
Maple syrup. Yeah, I appreciate being on your old show. I've never been on here before, and I'm not going to lie, I was a nervous wreck because I listen to y'all every morning on the way to work, and I love all y'all.
Oh, thank you, Tyler. That's so cool.
Tell Dale we said hi.
Yeah, say Dale, your days are numbered there, buddy.
Yeah, I will.
You know what? FedEx is a live chicken. That could be fun.
I'll tell Dale y'all said hi.
Thank you.
All right, we got to run. Thank you, Tyler. Have a great day, man.
All right, thanks.
Okay, bye-bye. How interesting,
I
right?
love him. He's awesome.
But you know what? We have so many farmers, people who live on farms and have small farms, large farms. They listen to us every day. They're like, what is this? This is nothing new for them. For us, it's like, whoa. We wanted to do honeybees. We were about to do them. Then we found out if you have a swimming pool, they like to dive into the pool and swarm.
So fun.
Being swarmed by bees at the pool? No.
Well, just a little pool party for bees. Like, you never think about them. They're probably having such a ball. Like,
Yeah, the problem is they're going to want to have a pool party while you're having yours.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I love Gandhi. God, just let the bees come in and have a party with you at your pool. No!
As Mel Robbins says, let them.
I don't think that's what you meant by it.
No, I don't think so.
I think you're really abusing Mel Robbins and her let them theory. All right, we got to take a break. We do have a phone tap coming up.
The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.
Tate McRae just walked in. What happened? Where'd your gum go?
You just took my gum.
Nate just called a middle school teacher and made her spit out the gum.
Tate, may I give you some advice? Never give your gum to a stranger.
To a stranger.
That feeling of owning your first Mercedes-Benz is hard to believe, but it's real. From the leather stitching to the iconic design, every element of a Mercedes lives up to its reputation. See for yourself at your local dealer. Offers are waiting.
Elvis Duran in the Morning Show. Don't answer the phone, Elvis Duran. The Elvis Duran phone tap.
All right. Garrett.
Yes.
What's your phone tap all about?
All right. Now, Jen wants to play a phone tap on her mom. Now, Jen's mom has this silly lawn ornament outside their house. It's a plastic cow, right? Ooh. So their neighbors are trying to sell their house. So Jen said, hey, why don't you call as the real estate agent, asking mom to put away the cow just for the weekend.
Just temporarily.
Just while you try to sell the house. And, of course, Jen's mom, not a fan of that.
All right. Let's see what happens when we ask Jen's mom to remove the plastic cow for the weekend. It could happen.
Yes. Where are you? I'm at the bank. Where are you? I'm pulling in right now. Hold on a second. Hey, Mom, somebody's in front of your house right now removing the cow.
Do you live here, ma'am?
I don't live here, but my mother does.
Okay, all right, great. Then nothing to see here. I'm sorry. Move along. Thank you very much.
Mom, he's taking your cow down. Grab it. Where is he taking it? Putting it in his car.
All right.
Excuse me. Excuse me. What are you doing with that cow?
I need to take this. This does not belong here.
Take it and put it in my garage.
Don't touch the cow. Don't touch the cow.
Who is that? Ask his name. Ask his name.
Oh, my name is Pat Sajak from Whiteout Realty. Well, I was showing a house the other day. The person that I was showing the house to, of course, was like, that's disgusting.
Who the hell are you?
Who the hell are you telling me what I
am the homeowner.
Okay.
You stay away from my property. I'll call the police right now.
BS is a good job.
That is my house. You don't touch that. How dare you?
How do you tell me what to and not to touch? You're not.
Don't live,
this cow is utterly disgusting.
Sir,
yes?
I'm on my way home now. The gate is locked. You're not allowed out of the neighborhood. I am on my way home, and the police are on their way. I just called the clubhouse.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay?
Ma'am.
You leave my stuff alone. You are stealing. And the police are on their way. They will be there before I get there.
I will not be selling your house. Trust me. Your house wouldn't go.
No, you will never sell anything in that neighborhood again.
Okay,
Do you understand that?
Okay. All right, call her back.
Hold on. Oh, my God. She's freaking out. Yes. Mom? Yeah.
Okay, let me reason with her.
Jennifer, go in the house. The police are on their way.
Can I
shut the garage door and shut following me?
All right, can I speak to her?
The police are on their way. Go in the house and shut the door.
Mrs. Beller, I am.
Sir, the police are on their way. You explain it to them.
Can we make a deal? You put the cow away Friday through Sunday while I sell.
I'll make a deal. You'll wind up in jail. How do you like that deal?
I did a service to this neighborhood by taking away that ugly. That cow is ugly. Ugly
yeah,
like.
Well, that's tough. That thing's been there for 9
That is terrible 9 years you put your neighbors through putting that cow there. I am just asking you nicely.
Now, Mrs. Bella, don't let that guy out of the neighborhood.
I'm around the block.
He's up there. All right, I don't let me in. Don't let him out.
Mom, he's just trying to sell a house. People complain about your cow. This isn't a surprise.
Well, he shouldn't be stealing it. Where are you? John is here.
I'm not going to tell you where I am if you're going to pull
My daughter's up the block. I want that guy out of the neighborhood. I don't ever want him in here. He's a realtor.
Mom. He's a realtor? Oh, 1 second. Let him. I promised he could say one thing.
I don't want to talk to him over the phone. I want to know where you are now.
Mrs. Beller, you just got phone tapped by your daughter.
How are you going to explain this to the police, you idiot? Am I on the radio?
Mrs. Beller, yes, you are. My name's Garrett from Elvis Duran in the Morning Show, and you got phone tapped by your daughter, Jen.
I'm going to kill you and her. I am running all over this neighborhood. Jennifer, the whole community is in lockdown because of you.
The Elvis Duran phone tap.
This phone tap was pre-recorded with permission granted by all participants.
The Elvis Duran phone tap. Only on Elvis Duran in the Morning Show.
Banking with Capital One helps you keep more money in your wallet with no fees or minimums on checking accounts and no overdraft fees. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One, N.A., member FDIC.
Increase volume and proceed with caution. Go.
Here we go.
Elvis Duran.
What's that noise?
Oh, sorry, that's me.
What the is this?
Wow.
Oh my God! Surprise! I'm from the Elvis Duran Show.
Oh God!
The country's most popular top 40 morning program.
Elvis Duran in the Morning Show.
I just have to take one little second to say happy birthday to one of my best friends. Little Ollie Bear, the Schnauzer.
Ollie.
5 years ago today, we adopted little Ollie.
Aww.
No, actually, he was born 5 years ago. But a little less than that, we adopted him during the pandemic. But he's my 5-year-old creature.
He's been wreaking havoc for 4 years and what?
Yes.
8 months? 9 months?
Yes, wreaking a lot of havoc. A lot of havoc. But yeah, he's such a good boy. And he and little Max are best friends, and they play and sleep together and fight each other and just have a great time. And it's such an honor to have little Ollie in our lives. 5 years old. He's like a Muppet.
He is.
He looks like a Muppet, like a doll of some sort.
Yeah. Watching him crash through gates is so funny. He cannot be contained. He will not be.
He will not be. He refuses. Anyway, happy birthday. I can't wait to spend some time with him today. Hey, Andrew's in the room, and there's a reason why.
Oh, hi.
I know you and Gandhi and others, including Coaster Boy Josh, are doing this fitness cult thing. I don't. What's the name of it again? It's a stupid
Swole
name.
fam, soft but serious.
Yes, swole fans, soft but serious.
Yes,
exactly. So I think is really cool about this, and I was telling you I loved it yesterday. Every day you have a challenge or whatever, an assignment for the
goal.
day.
Yep.
Yesterday's goal was, I do believe, no carbs, just all protein or something like that. Or what was that?
Misery. Hated it.
Yeah,
No carbs.
misery, hating. Also, the other day you did no caffeine day, no coffee day.
Yep, I literally sat under the desk and I had a mental breakdown, but it was fine. I'm not addicted.
What is today's assignment?
Rest and relax. It's so nice. I'm so excited.
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
Yes, you need a rest day. It's been 4 days straight of working out, doing all these challenges, getting like 12,000 steps in. We just needed a rest day, so I'm really happy that that's built in.
Good.
But it says there's a workout involved. 30-minute yoga, stretching, or walk with no weights.
Okay, so walk.
Okay, but I'm just saying it's not just rest.
Yeah, so I did the walk to the train today. I'm good.
Please.
Okay, so looking forward to tomorrow. What's tomorrow?
Ooh, I think tomorrow. Oh, it's the longest workout wins, and you have to have a protein-packed day. Which, like, I don't get that. Like the whole diet part, it's not connecting in my brain yet. So I'm just like, I'm gonna eat chicken, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah,
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, it sounds good.
I want to be a part of this. I don't want to be a part of the punishment And the ridicule you guys give each other, because I know how you are to each other. You're not nice at all.
Really mean.
Yeah.
You're mean people. But just to know what you're doing, I wouldn't mind being off to the side, being a part of this. I don't know why you're so guarded. I asked you yesterday, and no one has included me, but that's okay.
You want to be a swole member?
I want to be a swole member. I like a swole on the side. Can I be a side swole?
A side swole.
Yes, we're charging membership
You
fees.
should get checked if you have a side swole. I don't know.
All right. Oh, good. My first day, we get to rest. I will work out today. I have a workout today. Gandhi, what do you think? Am I allowed to be a side swole?
So I think the issue is you don't really want to be a side swole. I think you just want to be on the group chat and I don't even know if you want to be on the group chat because it goes crazy all day long and you would immediately leave. But also there are consequences and you don't want to suffer the consequences. So I'm confused which part you want to be part of.
I just want to know what your assignment for the day is, and I want to participate in my own way. I don't know why.
But here's the thing. If you don't do it, you're supposed to get a consequence. So you're not going to do that consequence?
Well, the consequence will be I'll be ashamed of myself. It'll be my problem.
See, this is what I say when I don't do it either. I agree with you. When I don't do it, I'm like, okay, I'm ashamed with myself. That's enough, like, anger that I have in me. You don't have to get more mad at me.
And what I'll do tomorrow, I'm gonna pack the protein tomorrow, and I'm gonna do a longer workout tomorrow than I usually do. So I will, in my own way, be a part of it. I just don't know why I can't be included in a group. That's all I'm asking.
You have to be beaten into the group, and you will not suffer any consequences. So.
I don't want to be beaten in any. Okay, never mind. I don't want to know. I don't want to know what you're doing any day of the week. I want nothing to do with this swole thing.
Swole fan.
God.
Soft and serious.
Yeah. Soft and serious. You're out of your mind. I mean, if I did, wouldn't you, like, every once in a while, Gandhi, wouldn't you go, hey, how you doing today? Are you doing your protein today? I mean, it'd be nice to have someone check up on me, but I don't want to be beaten to a bloody pulp if I don't eat my protein.
It's also a bombardment of texts all day long.
Yeah.
I had to mute mine the other day because it was hundreds and hundreds of text messages back and forth.
Yeah.
Okay, then don't, whatever you do, just don't tell me what you're doing every day. I don't want to know. I don't want to know what your assignments are, because it's really basically all I'm asking for. Just tell me what your assignment for the day is.
I think you should just cut and paste the assignment, send it to him privately, and that's it.
Sure.
I don't know. It sounds like some private little cult.
It's terrible.
My boss in the cornfield tomorrow night, and maybe you could join.
Oh, please.
We're ascending to a higher plane.
No padding allowed.
I mean, I don't know. Okay, think about it. If you want to let me into your little precious club, just let me know.
Does anybody else want to join?
No.
No, I think
I think I want to join. I think I need to join because I'm already falling behind here and I'm gaining some weight. So
This is becoming quite polluted.
Okay. See, I'm not really saying join. I'm saying just know what your assignments are. Then maybe we can talk about them just in passing.
Sure.
I don't need to be ridiculed because I know you guys are very insulting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad.
It keeps you accountable when someone's calling you fat all day.
I don't like Gandhi calling me.
I'm good.
Yeah, don't call me fatty.
I feel like the word feral pig has been tossed around quite often.
Yeah.
Feral pig?
Wow.
Yeah, Nate, what do you think?
Okay, not to pull a Gandhi here and rat people out, but I did see some grousing behind the scenes yesterday.
What's grousing mean?
Complaining.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Behind,
Why can't you just say complaining? Why do you have to use the word grousing?
I'm trying to enhance your word
Complaining
power.
is an easy word, and you're enhancing your word.
Yeah,
Maybe that's your assignment today. Enhance your word power.
There you go.
But go ahead. People were bitching and moaning.
grousing behind the scenes, and I saw a couple of members say "f this business." Not going to say who.
Who did that? Andrew.
It wasn't me.
Oh.
It was Josh.
They show you.
Listen,
Oh, but
Josh
Josh
is the
complains
weak
every
link in
day.
this whole
Yeah.
thing.
You know, he's been working out for so long.
Hold on. Nate, don't start saying things like that and don't tell us who it was. That's
Well, Andrew
rude.
just did.
I guess I'm the rat.
You didn't confirm it. Who did you hear?
That's who I heard.
Josh said, "F this stuff." Is what he said.
Well,
You know what happens in situations like this? These cults, they spiral out of control. You guys are like one step away from having people take their shirts off and circling their fat with Sharpies. I've seen this
that's
done
on the list next week.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, where does it end? Because I know it's ramping up right now.
Yeah, you have to sit on a dryer and whatever jiggles gets circled. Yeah.
Well, you'll find me. I'm on the dryer daily, so you know where to find me. All right.
Where did you see those T-shirt things? I've never seen that before. What's on your Instagram? You saw people get circled with their fat?
No, this is hazing for fraternities and sororities.
Oh, okay.
Sororities do this all the time for like years.
Yeah, it's more verbal hazing. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A lot of verbal hazing.
All right. Well, I'm sorry I brought it up. We just wasted 10 minutes of our lives because I've been rejected from this club.
Not
I don't
rejected.
think you want to be in it. It doesn't.
Do you want to sit on a dryer and then circle your jiggles? I don't think so.
I do.
don't see that in your future.
No, I just want to know what the assignments are because I do find them to be interesting. And not only are they physical health focused, but also there's some mental health focused stuff in there too.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm the only one that's taking it seriously. I'm not even in the stupid group.
That's true.
Everyone's taking it seriously, but Josh.
But he's been working out for so long that he just is like, now you guys are on what I've been doing type of thing.
Please.
Yeah.
It sounds like a bunch of bitterness. All right. Well, just every day I'll kindly, gently ask, "What's today's assignment?" And I'll do it on my own. If you don't mind just sharing that with me.
So today, no social media after 7:30 and a 30-minute yoga class and some active rest.
I'm out.
Okay, 7:30 p.m.
That was fast. You weren't in.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you for dropping by. That was just such a pleasant conversation.
Well, I hope you have a wonderful day. Let's see. I'm
Thank
getting
you.
an active start to the mindfulness.
Oh God, Andrew.
I was reading. Speaking of having a wonderful day, I was reading on this list ways to tell people to F off.
Ooh.
Without telling them to F off. Okay, for instance, in traffic, instead of flipping off another driver, just blow them a kiss and start laughing.
Oh, man, that will piss them off.
I think the thumbs down works really well, too. You boo somebody.
Yeah.
Boo. It's like you feel so badly getting booed.
Yeah, I know. There's road rage out there. I'm a little afraid to do any of those.
Yeah.
If you need to call someone out, just say, hey, have the day you deserve.
That's the best one. Yeah.
Bless your heart's always a good one. Or if someone says, you need to do this, you need to do that, just say, noted, and then move on.
You say bless your heart often. I hear it.
I'll bless your little heart.
Yeah.
Or if someone's like really rude, just look at them and go, you know what, I'm going to pray for you tonight. I'm going to pray for you. Why not? Anyway, we got to thank our friends from Victoria Sauce for bringing all that incredible food in yesterday.
So good.
I know Danielle was going on and on and on about that pasta that had like crispy, crunchy edges.
Yeah, that is my favorite thing. When you cook your pasta and it starts to get the crispy edges, oh my, it's perfect. It's so perfect. So good.
So Victoria Sauce, of course, we're big fans. I keep saying the Victoria vodka sauce is my favorite jar. Grab it.
Yep.
They also brought me a jar. They brought us all jars that have our names on them.
I know, it's so cool.
I can never eat that. Someone actually spelled your name correctly.
Crazy. I love them.
Did Froggy get one?
Yeah.
I got one. I'm gonna eat myself when
you can eat yourself.
Gosh, it's a dream come true, Frog.
It surely is, Danielle.
All right.
Somebody's gonna do it.
So you want us to move forward here, Nate?
Yes. Let's move forward.
Lollygagging a little too much.
Go
Let's
around
get into
the
this. Around the room. Is that what we're doing? Okay. Around the room. We'll start with Froggy. He's back in the room. It is Food News Thursday. We got some food news on the way. But until then, what do you have going on in your mind today, Frog?
So yesterday I was at the airport in Nashville, and getting on the plane. They were going through security. The guy in front of me, the person at TSA says, she was just nicely asking everybody, like, "Do you have your phone out of your pocket?" The guy looks at her and goes, "I don't have one of those." And I'm like, so we got through security. We were waiting on our bags to come through. I said, hold on a second. I heard you say you don't have a phone. He's like, nope. I said, you don't have a cell phone at all? He's like, no, I don't want one. I'll talk to somebody when I get to a phone, and if I don't, I'll talk to them when I get to the next phone.
There you go.
That must be the most freeing thing in the entire planet.
How old was this guy?
My guess is he was in his 50s is my guess.
Okay.
That'd be my guess. Not listening like really, really old guy or not really super duper young. But I was like, I said, does it bother you? He's like, no. He goes, I used to have one. It became a nuisance. I don't want one anymore.
Wow.
I was like, wow, good for him. The first person I've ever met that does not have a phone and does not want one. I was like, wow. I don't know what does he do?
What does he do? He has a great life, probably.
If he needs something, how does he get a hold of somebody?
I don't know. What did we do in the old days? A payphone. Where's a quarter? They don't make those anymore. No. Hey, Nate, what's up with you today?
Okay, I got to thank the person that invented gummies. Not like, the gummies that get you high, but gummy vitamins and gummy fiber pills. It is so pleasant to do your vitamins in gummy form. It's just tasty. Nobody likes swallowing pills, so why not chew a tasty gummy? Thank you to whoever decided to do that. I'm sorry I just had to take a minute and do this. But please, if you don't like taking vitamins, consider gummy form. And the Metamucil gummies, they're excellent. That orange flavor is so good.
The gummies have totally retrained you how to get your vitamin intake and your Metamucil
You
intake.
look forward to taking your vitamins.
Let's hear it for whoever invented glycerin, I guess. Is that what that is?
Gelatin?
Glycerin. Gelatin. Let's hear it for the gelatin makers. What about you, Scary? What's up?
So mine has a visual component for the group chat. Many years ago, I used to do a daily birthday list on this station, and I stopped doing them for years ago. But somebody approached me and said, "Can you do a special birthday for me?" So I always say no, except for this one, because Celeste Gardner from Wayne, New Jersey, is celebrating her 108th birthday.
Oh my God! Look how beautiful she is.
So cute. And her
beautiful
granddaughter Jessica Rowe and the entire family wanted to get this out there on the air. Celeste listens to the show, and that's kind of cool. So I said, you know what? We're going to make this exception. 108 years on Monday. Celeste Gardner from Wayne, New Jersey. Happy birthday to you!
Happy birthday.
I love that. That's cool. What a cool shout out. Hey, Danielle, what's up with you?
So we have the best listeners in the world. So I recently had a birthday, and one of our listeners, his name is Raymond. He makes candles, and he sent me this beautiful Disney princess candle that he made himself. It's gorgeous. I posted it on my Instagram. He actually sells candles. I think it's free _ style candle co. But he is a 3-time cancer survivor and 2 stem cell transplants in his life.
Wow.
And now he's making candles. So shout out to Raymond for thinking of me on my birthday. Thank you for listening. But we really do have the most special listeners ever. They're always so kind. And thank you again, Raymond.
Excellent. Let's hear it for Raymond.
Raymond.
I love it. You know, today's Around the Room, we got a lot of clapping going on.
Yeah.
Hey, producer Sam, what's up with you?
I'm about to ruin that because I want to lodge a complaint for the first time.
Oh, boy. Okay. All right.
So one thing, listeners probably don't know this, but I collect and edit the best of. So the weekends when we're on vacation, I have to create and make those puzzle pieces. And you guys know I'm always fetching for more best ofs. And yesterday you guys delivered, but you had to do a good best of about feet. I hate feet. I was sitting in this room with my headphones turned all the way down, just trying not to cry because that was my reflex. And today I realized I have to edit it diligently in detail and get it up. So you guys suck, but thanks for the best of.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we were talking about foot fetishes yesterday, and someone actually had the nerve to text in. It sounds like Elvis has a foot fetish if this is a topic of the show. No, I think feet are nasty, but I thought it's kind of interesting to hear how people are into fetishes and things.
It got to rise.
And by the way, stop assuming things out there in the radio world. I know Danielle's talking about how great our listeners are. Not all of them are all that great.
Amen.
Most of them? How about most of them?
Yes, a majority of them. Absolutely. Gandhi, what's up with you today?
Okay, so we've all been talking about this trip to space that all of the women took, and I read a quote from William Shatner that I thought was fascinating, so I wanted to share it with you guys. Elvis, I know I already shared it with you.
I love it.
But he said, I thought that because we know he went into space years ago.
Yeah.
He said, I thought that going into space would be the ultimate catharsis of that connection I'd been looking for between all living things. That being up there would be the next beautiful step to understanding the harmony of the universe. In the film Contact, when Jodie Foster's character goes to space and looks out into the heavens, she lets out an astonished whisper. They should have sent a poet. I had a different experience because I discovered that the beauty isn't out there, it's down here with all of us. Leaving that behind made my connection to our tiny planet even more profound. And I thought that was beautiful because I'm definitely one of those people that thinks I'll find something more out there. But he went on to talk about how it was actually incredibly depressing. And it was one of the strongest feelings of grief he ever had, thinking that leaving Earth behind would be beautiful when in fact everything is right here. So today, take a look around and appreciate all the beautiful stuff that is here right now, around you, above you. Yep. It's pretty great.
Wow, William Shatner. You rarely hear him saying anything nice.
Unless it's on Priceline.
Yeah, exactly.
He's giving me a break.
He did sort of end it with this quote, my trip to space was supposed to be a celebration. Instead, it felt like a funeral. So it wasn't all flowery, but that first part, I just thought it was great and beautiful and, appreciate what you have here.
There you go, William Shatner. And in the words of a famous friend of ours, I think I need to go take a Shatner.
Okay.
I'm quoting the one and only Ryan Seacrest, ladies and gentlemen.
That's
right.
That's one of his lines. All right, let's get into the 3 things we need to know from Gandhi, and let's move on with the day. What's going on, Gandhi?
Oh, there's so much happening. Okay. The Trump administration is asking the IRS to revoke Harvard University's tax-exempt status. The request comes amid President Trump's revocation of federal funding from Harvard after the school refused to cave to his political demands. Tax-exempt status is typically given to charitable, religious, and educational organizations that adhere to tax laws prohibiting them engaging from certain political activities. Despite there being no proof that Harvard violated these guardrails, the Treasury Department requested their tax-exempt status still be removed. So we'll see how that one goes. I cannot believe it's been 9 years, but Kim Kardashian will finally testify in person in a Paris courtroom sometime next month, facing the men she accused of robbing her at gunpoint back in 2016. It happened during Paris Fashion Week, when 5 men dressed as police officers broke into her apartment. She was bound and held at gunpoint while they stole nearly $7 million worth of jewelry. One of the suspects has actually written a book about how the robbery was planned. If convicted, they will face years behind bars. And finally, Mr. Beast fans are waiting on refunds after being disappointed in his Las Vegas experience. Followers of the influencer paid $1,000 a ticket for a 3-day event held this week at Resorts World Las Vegas called the Mr. Beast Experience. It was billed as being immersive and unforgettable, but fans say that is not what they got at all. Mr. Beast has since emailed the guests and said they all will be fully refunded.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. And those are your 3 things.
Thank you so much, Gandhi. Tell everyone who we have coming up in less than 1 hour.
Oh, we have Lamm and Beth Shapiro, the founder of Colossal Biosciences and the scientists behind a lot of the stuff that they're doing out there, including de-extincting some animals, bringing back the dire wolf. There is some controversy about that, so we can talk about it. And potentially bringing back the woolly mammoth. They have cool stuff.
I think the world would be a much more fun place if the woolly mammoth was walking by every once in a while.
I agree. Lots of good stuff coming from
running through the streets of New York City. That could be a lot of fun.
Elvis Duran's After Party.
Okay, Danielle.
He's going to start.
If you're going to up.
Topics you'd never hear on the air.
Oh, God, get away from me. I can't eat that.
Listen now on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
It is what is it called?
Elvis Duran's After Party.
Ask for it by name.
Elvis Duran in the Morning Show.
Rocket is giving every home one address, rocket.com, a single seamless home ownership platform to help you find, buy, sell, finance, even refinance your home. Visit rocket.com, the new home for all things home ownership. Rocket, own the dream.
Love it. Let's go. Elvis Duran in the Morning Show.
Where's Elvis?
I don't know.
Maybe he's heating up food from yesterday's dinner.
Oh,
that's usually what he does, like right around now.
That is true.
What if he got locked in the bathroom?
Huh.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Remember when he used to do the thing to be the first, out for the whole weekend?
Oh.
He would get in the car and he'd call us from the car and he'd be like, "Hey guys."
He only did that once in my time.
Really? Oh, he used to do it all the time.
He would set the challenge,
Yeah.
and then during the commercial break, he would get in his car, and then he would call into the station and we're like, he left the mic. What's
You'd be
going
like, "Where
Oh,
are
there he
you?"
is. He's back.
Oh, wait.
Oh, there he is.
So he's not pulling a fast one. He's back. He's back.
Oh, my God. Sorry.
Where were you?
Traffic?
I got stuck in traffic on the staircase.
We thought you were playing that game again, where you could see.
No, I
heard you.
I heard you. No, I'm not playing the game. But that sounds like a great idea, doesn't it?
It does.
No, just the birthday boy left a big pile of poo, and I stepped on it.
Did you put a candle in it?
I should have. Yeah, the funny thing is a little Ollie is so animated. Even his poo has little eyeballs in it, just like the emoji. But anyway, yeah, I had to take care of that. It's okay. My foot's clean now too.
Okay, good.
It's so gross. I'm like, I got to get down there. Oh my God! And I look my clock. I have my clock. My timer says, "Okay, the break's ending." And just as I saw that, I could feel cold poo creeping up between my toes as I stepped on it.
Oh gosh.
Which is worse, cold or warm?
Yeah.
I would say cold.
Are we really going to vote on this? What are your fittings now? Let's do a poll. I don't know. What are you going to do? The thing is so now I'm walking in on my heel of my right foot because my toes can't touch the floor because otherwise I'll leave a track of poo all over the floor. And I'm jumping up and down, and you can imagine what I'm saying out loud.
Oh, yeah.
And then I had to wash. I couldn't come down here to do the show with poo on my feet, so I knew you'd be okay without me.
Yeah.
Are we all good now?
But we missed you.
Well, you managed. You did a great job. I'm so proud of each and every one of you.
You know, Scary always panics. Oh, where is he?
Scary. Let's not panic.
I'm okay. We're good.
Good. Let's all calm down. Let's get into Danielle's report, and then we have some sound with Garrett on the way. So you're up first, Danielle. What's going on?
All right, well, Kodak Black has done something pretty cool. He quietly paid the rent for over 200 residents in Florida. He did not want anybody to know about it. A post went viral, though, showing a man who's either a resident or a staff member at the Golden Acres housing community in Florida revealing the news. And I'm also hearing that he paid the rent off for at least 2 months in a row. So that's pretty sweet and kind of him to do. Peacock just dropped a trailer for season 2 of Poker Face, and they are going to have a bunch of stars show up for season 2. Season 2 is premiering May 8th if you are interested in watching on Peacock. FX just locked July 9th for the season 17 premiere of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I didn't realize it was around for 17 seasons, but it is. The new season kicks off with 2 episodes, so I know fans are excited about that. The visual album from Miley Cyrus, Something Beautiful, will have its own world premiere at the Tribeca Film Festival in New York City. Wow. The festival runs from June 4th through the 15th, and it's the one-of-a-kind pop opera. It features 13 songs from Miley's upcoming album, and the album comes out on May 30th. And Khloe Kardashian was sitting down for the Call Her Daddy podcast, and she talked about what happened when she found out that her ex, Lamar Odom, was cheating on her. Aww. She said that she tracked him down to a motel in downtown Los Angeles where she saw through the window that he was there with this girl, and they were either naked or she was in lingerie. Khloe said she knocked, they opened the door, and she absolutely lost it. Aww. She went ballistic. Now, the next day, she had to show up at her niece's cowboy-themed birthday party. She had bloody knuckles wrapped in bandanas, pretending like nothing ever happened. So insane. And there's also a rumor that Kim, her sister, kind of knew about the cheating before she found out about it, and that even when her other husband, Tristan, was cheating, Kim might have known about that ahead of time. Maybe she didn't want to say anything and upset her. Who knows?
I would tell my sister so fast.
Yeah, I know. So would I, but But meanwhile, Lamar has publicly talked about the whole motel incident and saying that was where he really hit rock bottom. So, yeah. Thankfully, it seems like Khloe is in a much better place now. Oh, my goodness. Say it isn't so. The Fire Festival 2 is not happening, guys. No. They have postponed it. Organizers sent a message to ticket holders this week. Ticket holders, I don't think anybody bought tickets. So I don't know who's holding tickets. I really would like to know how many people bought tickets. But anything, they're saying a new date is expected to be announced in the future. I don't know about that. But you can still get merch from $70 to $150. Sweatshirts, T-shirts. They even have a hat that says Fire Festival is not a lie or something like that. So I don't know if you want to get
It's real.
It's real. Yeah, totally real. You can check that out and get your hands on the merch if you want. First season finale of Matlock is on tonight. You've got Law and Order, Organized Crime, The Wheel of Time, all your gray, your one gray show, and Law and Order SVU is on, and it'll be a fun weekend of streaming, and that is my Danielle report.
Excellent, Danielle. We're about to get into sound with Garrett. Earlier in the show, someone asked, what is Froggy's story? Where is he from? Why is he in Florida and not in New York? People want to know these things. You want to tell your story, Froggy?
I mean, yeah. When I met you guys back in, get this, next week will be 19 years.
Wow.
We've been on.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
I remember that.
Yeah, so 2006, I was in Miami at Y100, and we added the show in Miami, and I stayed on. I met you. I remember the first time I ever met you at the Westin Diplomat Hotel. We met on Sunny Isles Beach.
Yes.
And we met for the first time. And then we did that big event at the Hard Rock where Scary wore the square-toed shoes to the beach. Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah. Never lived that down.
Yes.
Hard-soled, square-toed shoes.
Kenneth Cole.
On sand.
And that's how I met you guys. And you guys were so amazing to me, and you are wonderful. And I lived in Florida, and you guys were in New York. I would come up and see you and do the show there. And we just became family. And then I had a couple health issues, and those caused me to eventually move from Miami up to Jacksonville so I could be closer to Shands Hospital in Gainesville, where I had both of my brain surgeries done. And that's really it. And then over time, I have kind of started working with the country music genre. I run the country radio station here in Jacksonville, and that's where I was the last couple of days. We do meetings with artists and the record companies, and they play us lots of new music, and we get to hang with some of the artists and see what they've got coming up, and they talk to us and ask us what are our opinions on what's working and what's good for songs on the radio now, and how are things working for radio versus what they're trying to do. And so that's where I was the last 3 days. I flew there on Monday. We had meetings Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then I'm back in Jacksonville today.
And there you go. The story of Froggy. We all have a story, don't we?
Yeah. Lord.
19 years, though. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. 19 years ago.
19 years. That's so crazy to me to think we've almost been together 20 years. That's wild.
Isn't that crazy? It is insane. And we've been on Y100.7 for about 20 years, too. That's pretty cool. I love that. Oh, by the way, as you know, Will Ferrell is a member of the iHeart family. He's got his incredibly successful podcast going on here. Now Will is doing something for PayPal. I wanted to bring this up. He is, I don't know, only Will Ferrell would do this. He's singing Fleetwood Mac's Go Your Own Way in a bathtub. For PayPal. I'm trying to put the pieces together. I don't know what it means, but the teaser is out today, I believe. The full commercial will run Saturday during all the basketball games going on this weekend. So Will Ferrell in a bathtub singing Go Your Own Way for PayPal. Okay. We'll find out together what this means. Only Will Ferrell would do something like that. I love it. Yeah, what up, Nate?
Will Ferrell singing in the movie Step Brothers. If you've seen that movie, you know what I'm talking about. He sings Something to Talk About by Bonnie Raitt. I have never laughed that hard in my entire life.
He's hilarious.
He is so funny when he does that.
So thanks to PayPal, we'll see him in a bathtub singing Go Your Own Way this weekend. Okay, the teaser's out today if you want to go try to find it. All right, sound with Garrett.
Yep.
All right, Garrett, what's going on?
Let's start with the story coming out of Florida. So this is police cam footage of a police officer pulling over two people. One of them is a bride who is late for her wedding. So they were doing 105 in a 45-mile-per-hour zone.
Whose wedding is it?
It's mine.
What time is it?
It's 2:30.
Where at?
In Stewart at the courthouse.
Hey, you're already late.
We're trying to get here.
Just give me a minute. I'll let you take her, but I'm going to give you a court date. It's a mandatory court appearance.
Thank you.
Wow.
How could you be late for your wedding?
125 miles an hour? Is that how fast they were going?
Yeah, 125 and a 45.
Okay, get me to the church on time.
All right, let's talk about some baseball right now. So I don't know if you saw this, but there was a Braves reporter out in the stadium during the game, and the guys in the booth were like, "Hey, why don't you ask that woman for her number?" As he's trying to do a report, and this is what it sounds like.
Who do we got here? What's your name?
My name's Lauren. And I'm Kayla.
And you guys hang out at the rooftop lounge often?
Once a year I come out to visit.
Okay, Wiley. Got 4 innings to get the numbers. I'm on it. Come on. All right, so they want me to get your number.
They want you to get my number.
I'm dead serious.
So the best part of this right now is that Wiley could totally be faking it. This might be the new move. Just walk around with a FanDuel microphone and an earpiece in and convince fans that they're actually on TV.
I should have thought of this years ago.
And he got the number. He got the number, by the way.
That's how Nate operates.
That's right.
All right, and then coming out of Baltimore, the Baltimore Orioles were playing Cleveland, and Cleveland was winning like 6-1. So it kind of got a little slow, and the guys in the booth don't know what to talk about. So we learned that one of the Orioles announcers has never eaten a chicken wing before.
You know, I've never had a wing.
Never had a chicken wing?
No.
Like,
why would I?
Why would you?
Don't they have skin and stuff?
Yeah.
But I don't eat skin.
Apples have skins. You've never had a single chicken wing?
No, never thought about having it.
So what kind of chicken do you eat?
Fried chicken?
You'll eat fried chicken?
Never had fried chicken.
Never?
What? Well, I've taken the crust off.
What is this? What is this? You've taken the crust off?
Yeah. Well, what?
So you're losing the frying part of the fried chicken.
Is that what they do during games?
Yeah. Well, during blowouts, they don't know what to talk about. So
Okay.
You've never had fried chicken, but you had fried chicken and you pull it off. That's so weird to me.
Weird.
There you have it.
All right, and then finally, a group of friends got together to honor a friend that passed away at an Irish pub by singing along to his favorite song, Mr. Brightside.
I just can't live
Very good.
What a way to honor their friend right there.
I think I was there last night.
You were singing along?
I'm trying to put the pieces together. You're a good American, Gary. Thank you so much. We'll be right back.
Elvis Duran.
He just keeps opening his mouth.
And the morning show.
Hey, I want to talk about our friends at Tunnel to Towers. I love Tunnel to Towers. That's why I love talking about them. I love supporting them as well. The Tunnel to Towers Foundation does so many things to support America's heroes and U.S. service members and first responders who die or are catastrophically injured in the line of duty. Plus, the foundation helps homeless veterans. The heroes that Tunnel to Towers supports are heroes we owe a debt of gratitude to. Look at the list of all these programs they have at Tunnel to Towers. They have the Foundation's Gold Star, the Fallen First Responders, Smart Home and Homeless Veteran programs honoring the sacrifices made for us by the men and women who risked their lives and bodies for us in our country and our communities. The Foundation's Never Forget programs. I love these. They engage people in all the 9/11 remembrance ceremonies across America. They have over 80 runs, walks, and climbs, dozens of golf outings every year to support the cause. The Tunnel to Towers 9/11 Institute helps educate kids in kindergarten through 12th grade about America's darkest day, while helping our nation keep its vow to never ever forget, which is so important. So do what we do. Help support Tunnel to Towers and its programs and the Never Forget 9/11 or the sacrifices of our country's greatest heroes. It's simple. You can donate $11 a month. That's it. If you want to start there, it's great. $11 a month to Tunnel to Towers at t2t.org. That's T2T.org.
Elvis Duran and the morning show.
Oh, Froggy, ever since you came back from your several days out on business, people are asking Froggy questions.
Aw, they missed him.
What do they want to know?
I recently found out that Froggy moved to Jacksonville. We're about to move there too from Virginia. Is it safe? Will I like it?
I mean, I think it's safe. I've been here 6 years. I have not had any issues. I think you will like it. So, yes.
Do you like living in Jacksonville?
I do. Yes. I don't live in Jacksonville proper, but yes, I live in the Jacksonville area. I live between Jacksonville and St. Augustine. But St. Augustine's great. It's like 20 miles from my house. We go there all the time. So, yeah, I do. I like it. Lots of places to live.
Any more questions for Froggy? I mean,
Gosh, I don't know.
People are very curious about the Frogmeister, the Frogger, Froggert.
Froggert. It's Froggert.
All right.
That's what Gandhi calls me. Gandhi calls me Froggert.
Yes.
Hey,
his full
Froggert.
name.
I tell you what, it is Food News Thursday. I'm so glad you got back from Nashville and just in time for Food News Thursday. Are you ready to go?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. Here we go.
Froggy, you will be in a world of fast food information.
You will be in a world of fast food information because guess what? Burger King is offering Royal Perks members 1 cent cheeseburgers with any purchase of $1 from now through April 20th, which is this coming Sunday.
Wow.
So you can get a cheeseburger for just 1 penny as long as you spend $1 at Burger King. You can do it through the app, the Burger King mobile app, or bk.com. You just use the 6-digit code, which is my code, MYCODE. We're available, so make sure you grab that if you want a 1 cent cheeseburger at Burger King between now and Sunday. The chicken sandwich war is still like a real thing. People having lots of wars about chicken sandwiches. Well, Wendy's has got a new Cajun crunchy spicy chicken sandwich that they are introducing. The fan favorite spicy chicken filet is topped with lettuce, pickles, melted pepper jack cheese, Cajun crispy onions, and then a spicy mustard spread on a toasted premium bun. That is available now for a limited time at participating Wendy's locations nationwide. So if you want to, if the chicken sandwich war is your thing, make sure you try it out. You remember back around the Super Bowl, Pringles told us they were introducing new Pringles flavors. There was going to be 7-layer dip that was returning as a new flavor. But then there was going to be loaded baked potato skins, and now Miller Lite has collabed on a limited edition beer can chicken flavored Pringles. They are exclusively at Walmart if you would like to pick them up. But yes, the Miller Lite braised steak Pringle flavor is also another new flavor they're introducing. So if you like Pringles and all these different flavors, it's like a smoky taste of brisket, but yet on a potato chip. Make sure you try out Pringles. McDonald's, if you remember, back in 2016, they discontinued the snack wraps, and people went crazy. Well, yesterday, on their X account from the Twitter, they did post a cryptic message that said, snack wraps 0x 1425. So on the 14th of a yet to be disclosed month of this year, snack wraps are returning to McDonald's. So if you've been wanting that, I don't know if it's May 14th, June, July, all the way to December, but on some month on the 14th of 2025, snack wraps are returning to McDonald's. Are you guys ready for the countdown?
Oh, yeah.
We're ready for the countdown. Here we go. By the way, we have no idea what this countdown is. He won't tell us because he's afraid we'll steal his info.
Because Gandhi will Google it and ruin it. I know how she works.
She will. That's how she is.
She will ruin Froggert's countdown.
A few times it happened.
Come on, Froggert. Where's that countdown?
This is the top U.S. food cities for food and drink. I'm going to give you the top 5. Actually, I'm gonna give you 6, but it's not the top 6.
Oh.
Number 7 is Miami. So since Miami is so important to us, number 7 is Miami.
Miami should be much higher than 7. I'm sorry. The food there is great.
Elvis, when I read this list, you have lived in many of these cities.
Oh, I only live where they have food. Is what I'm discovering.
Number 5 is New Orleans.
Yeah. Oh God,
Okay.
great food
Hell
town.
yeah.
Mhm.
Number 4 is Austin, Texas.
Yeah. Barbecue.
I told
Oh,
you.
good.
I don't think you lived here, but Nate did. Number 3 is Los Angeles, California.
Yeah. Great restaurants. They actually finally have good restaurants in LA.
Finally. Number 2, Chicago.
Yeah. Great Mexican food in Chicago. A lot of people don't know that.
And number 1, New York City.
Yeah, that's right. That's awesome.
What are you going to do? We got a lot of food here. I love New York City. The food here, the culture's represented through food is just phenomenal. But I can tell you all those other cities you mentioned and Miami, great food towns. Love
You know, Nashville's got a lot of really good food. I will say, if I have another piece of Nashville hot chicken for the next week, I'm going to turn into one. I do not need any more Nashville hot chicken. That's all I ate for 3 days. It's like they don't serve you anything else when you go to Nashville.
We always think of Froggy as a hot chicken. It's all good.
Yes.
All right, Froggy, that was pretty awesome. Thank you so much.
The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.
The only thing good about coming to work on a Monday is Teddy swims this year. You're the only good thing going on in our
I
beautiful
come
lives.
to work every Monday with Teddy Swims, and it's not that cool. I promise you that.
That feeling of owning your first Mercedes-Benz is hard to believe, but it's real. From the leather stitching to the iconic design, every element of a Mercedes lives up to its reputation. See for yourself at your local dealer. Offers are waiting.
Elvis Duran in the Morning Show.
Banking with Capital One helps you keep more money in your wallet with no fees or minimums on checking accounts and no overdraft fees. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
What's my name? Elvis Duran in the Morning Show.
We're so excited. I'm excited, first of all, for Gandhi, because Gandhi is extra excited about the excitement.
Yep.
The excitement is exciting. We'll leave it at that.
Thank you.
This is going to be a great conversation. Ben Lamm and Beth Shapiro from Colossal Biosciences, this incredibly cool company you're going to learn about in just a second. They are here to talk about many things you've been seeing in the news. Last week, there was a big, huge announcement about the dire wolf. And a lot of people are like, what do you mean, this dire wolf? What's a dire wolf? Well, this wolf I'm going to let them explain to you in just a second about that. Then maybe several months ago, you heard Gandhi all giddy and doing cartwheels over the colossal woolly mouse.
It's so cute.
It is objectively adorable.
It is adorable.
It is. But Ben and Beth, thank you for being here. Thank you so much for coming in and talking about this. This is so exciting.
I'm
It really is.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
I don't want us to go into all of the above until we also talk about the arguably the most critically endangered wolf in the world, the red wolves that you guys have basically brought into our world again through this non-invasive blood cloning technique. And let's start with them, because I love conservation being a big headline at Colossal Biosciences. Talk about it.
No, that's great. I mean, most people just want to make de-extinction the headline. We always talk that, de-extinction and species preservation go hand in hand. De-extinction is not a replacement for modern conservation. We need all of the tools, including new tools to help save species. And so we're very glad to talk about the red wolves. But on the path to de-extincting the dire wolf, we actually developed some new, really great technologies, which we're open sourcing for the world. One of which is how to isolate a type of cell called endothelial progenitor cells, which is not fully differentiated. It's really easy to cultivate, and then it's great for biobanking, so for backing things up and protecting them, and it's great to clone from. And it's also non-invasive, so you don't have to take a skin biopsy, an ear punch, or anything for the animal. So it's even better from an animal welfare perspective. And then we use that technology to actually make 4 red wolves. And to your point, red wolves are the most endangered canids on the planet. They're the only wolves that were endemic here to the United States. So I think it's really, really important that, you know, we're not just thinking about the theory of applying de-extinction technologies to conservation, but doing it in real time. And most people don't even know that we made more red wolves than dire wolves.
Wow. Okay. I love it. By the way, the dire wolves, I saw the photos, I saw the videos. I want one immediately. I don't know when we're going to have them.
Yeah.
I don't know when we're going to start adopting those.
It's the second most, or the third most popular request. The first is they want dinosaurs. The second is they want woolly mice. And now we're getting the flood of DMs and messages of that they want teacup dire wolves, which is not.
My God.
Which is not currently on our plan.
One step at a time. So Beth, I mean, you know, the first thing I'm sure many of our audience members are thinking. They're thinking of Jurassic Park. They're thinking of people running through this gated park and being killed by pterosaurs and things. I don't know. What is it you guys are doing? What are you guys doing? Not at all.
That's a new concept.
What is it you are doing that's sort of related to Jurassic Park, but nothing like Jurassic Park, just to bring it into perspective?
Well, what we are doing is we're getting DNA from remains of things that used to be alive and using that DNA to figure out what it is that made those extinct species look and act like those extinct species. And that, I guess, was the idea for Jurassic Park. They supposedly got DNA from dinosaurs that was in mosquitoes, in amber. I've actually tried that. You know,
you're the only one that we know that actually tried that.
And amber is actually not a great storage vehicle of DNA.
No,
apparently.
It's terrible. So amber only forms in a really hot place. It's porous, which means fungi and bacteria can get in there and they just chew up the DNA, so there's nothing left. You know, dinosaurs went extinct more than 65 million years ago. The oldest ancient DNA that anybody has ever recovered from a bone is somewhere between 1 and 2 million years old, which is way more recent. But most of the ancient DNA, the DNA that's preserved in bones that we can recover, is really much more recent than that, like the last several tens of thousands of years. So we're really thinking Ice Age Park, not Jurassic Park.
Right.
And there's not as many scary animals in the... Well, there's some.
Well, I mean, is that ever a thought when you sit down and start at base one to start one of these projects? Well, do we really want to do this? Is this an ethical thing that is good for us to do?
Yeah, we actually have a whole framework for this, right? So we try to think about what are, should we do it? You know, believe it or not, to the Jurassic Park comment, we get the scientists were so preoccupied whether they could, they didn't stop to think if we should. We've heard that a time or two. Basically, every time we say anything on X or any social media platform. But what's interesting is we actually have a whole framework, right? Like, is it possible? Is there a closely related species that we could help with it? You know, are there cultural application? Is there ramifications to indigenous and First Nation groups? So we try to take all of that into account when we select these species. And every species we work on actually has a connection to a existing species that's in trouble, right? Like the Asian elephants with the mammoth, the pink pigeon with the dodos, and even the northern quoll with the Tasmanian tiger, and obviously the red wolves with the dire wolves.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was, in fact, this checklist that led us to the dire wolf as really the ideal species for the first de-extinction. Dire wolves are morphologically similar to gray wolves. We know that they are very closely related to gray wolves. They share 99.5% of their DNA. But the other thing that makes gray wolves and dire wolves a really important pair for this is that we know so much about gray wolves because domestic dogs are a gray wolf. And so we have tons of information about how to care for them in the wild, how to do surrogacy, how to interpret anything that changes as a consequence of the work that we're doing. And ultimately, we want these technologies to be able to be applied broadly as a tool for conservation, not a replacement for traditional conservation, but a new tool for conservation. And so we need all of this foundational scientific knowledge, and the gray wolf and dire wolf make that possible in a way that really no other species could.
Well, I'm loving that my little schnauzers are from the gray wolf family. So, I mean, Gandhi, you had them on your podcast before. And
Absolutely.
Give us a reach around to some of the most fascinating things you learned on that podcast that we can bring to light today.
Okay, so a couple things. One, you guys were talking about you figured out that you could, but why should you? Why? Because everyone's biggest question, why bring back a woolly mammoth? What is the benefit of that to society today?
For each of our species, what we're thinking about is how does the ecosystem in which they used to live, how has that ecosystem been impacted by the loss? So in the Arctic, we know that we're missing most of the big animals that used to be there. And we have this amazing resource. And there's a place up in northeastern Siberia called Pleistocene Park, where Russian Academy of Science biologist Sergei Zimov and his son Nikita are doing this crazy experiment where they've imported some of the animals that used to be there. Deer, muskox, bison, horses. And they're looking at what happens when you have the animals there. And they do things like spread seeds and spread nutrients and aerate the soil. And during the winter, they scrape away the snow from the surface and expose the surface of the dirt to the really cold Siberian winter air. And some places don't get exposed to the air, and they stay warmer and wetter because the snow stays on top. And then in the spring, when the snow melts, you get this really interesting, diverse landscape where you have pockets of plants that prefer drier habitat and pockets that prefer wetter. And this means that there are more plants there, and this different species of plants can support different species of animals. And so we see how every species is really intricately tied to everything else in their ecosystems. So what we're doing with our projects is try to identify species that are going to have the most impact if we can put them back. Now, not identical copies of these species. Extinction is forever. It's not possible to bring something back that is 100% identical to a thing that used to be alive. But we can bring back some of these key functions. And when we talk about functional de-extinction, this is exactly what we mean. Bringing back the big animals that can help spread the seeds and spread the nutrients. Bringing back the only top predator of the ecosystem in Tasmania so that we can restore balance to that ecosystem. This is the goal of our de-extinction projects, and then also of our species preservation projects that are tied to these projects, where we can keep these important components of ecosystems there. Because it's going to be way simpler to make sure that species stay alive than it is to try to bring them back.
So is there any point to the argument of things or animals become extinct for a reason at that time? They should have gone extinct for whatever reason. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there because I've heard that thrown against the wall before. Is that a possible true statement?
Well, there's lots of different ways that people think that megafauna went extinct, right? And so, but one of the things that is pretty clear is that the rise of early man at certain population levels on all of the continents and subcontinents, we see a directly inverse relationship to the decline of megafauna, which kind of makes sense, right? It's like if you're working as a group and you're working as a tribe, going after kind of big, large, slow-moving megafauna is a great target, right? If you start moving into from that, into that hunting and gathering kind of way. Now, there's other theories, right, that talk about climate change. There's other theories that talk about rapid cooling. Most likely, and Beth and I spent a lot of time talking about this, is it was probably some combination, right, of anthropologic effects being from human, and as well as changing in rapid cooling in the kind of that younger Dryas period is probably most likely the reason why we lost a lot of that megafauna.
I think it's important to look at what's happening today. I mean, yes, there has been a rate of extinction that has existed throughout the history of life on Earth, but the rate of extinction today is somewhere between 1,000 and 10,000 times higher than that background rate. And a lot of that is because of stuff that we are doing. I mean, habitats around the world are changing faster than species can keep up. And some of that is climate, and some of that is the way that we are changing landscapes by building towns and cutting off connections and corridors between
overfishing our oceans,
overfishing, right,
and eradicating entire forests.
And that's really where this technology, I think, has the most potential impact. We need traditional approaches to conservation. We need to do habitat restoration. We need to continue to do the things that have been working for the last 100 years of conservation, but we're still not winning this war. before. We are still driving species to extinction. There's still the threat that scientists have predicted that in 25 years, more than half of species on the planet will be in danger of becoming extinct. And that's terrifying. We need new tools, and we need tools that can act as quickly to help species catch up as these changes are happening.
Wow. So if you're just turning us on and your head is blowing up like mine, because this is all a lot of information, but it's fascinating as F, if I may say.
Oh, my God.
Ben Lamm and Beth Shapiro are from Colossal Biosciences. And if you've read recently in the news about, the dire wolves, those beautiful, cuddly little howling. I love that howl that we haven't heard in how many years?
10,000.
Exactly. And of course, several months ago, we were talking about the woolly mouse, which I think is adorable. It is incredible to actually also not forget that a lot of these beings are extinct because of us. We did this. We continue to do it every day. Right? That's the point you wanted to make, right, Nate?
Yeah, we had a conversation. I'm a big nerd like Gandhi when it comes to this kind of stuff. And there are so many species outside of the woolly mammoth and the dire wolf that a lot of people have no idea about. And it's because of man encroaching on these places where these animals were just living their happy little lives. And then, oh, wait, we're hungry. Oh, this dodo bird can't really run that fast. Let's just eat it.
Yum.
And boom, they're gone, right? So it is kind of because of us that a lot of these species aren't around anymore. It's fascinating that you guys are doing this.
I feel like go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, and some are direct, right? Like the Tasmanian tiger or thylacine. The Australian government actually put a bounty on their heads to remove them. And so sometimes people say, well, did these things happen naturally? And it's like, no, that's not natural. When a government puts a bounty on your head to kill you and eradicate you, that is not a natural cause of extinction.
So I think a huge part, obviously, maybe the only thing that you guys are doing is things that are going to better humanity, society, the planet right now. And when you were on my podcast, you mentioned something that I found fascinating, and I feel like it needs so much more attention. And it was a microorganism that you guys had pretty much found, one of your researchers. Yeah. And it eats through plastic and leaves behind only carbon.
Yep.
That would change the world dramatically if it can be, I don't want to say mass produced, but if it can be used to get away, to rid ourselves of all the plastic that's there right now. Where are you guys at on that?
Yeah, so part of our mission with Colossal is as we develop technologies that have an application to conservation, we give those to the world for free. If there's applications that have ways that can apply to human healthcare or to actually, helping industrial use cases, we spin those out, right? Because we do have investors, so we have to find ways to monetize. And one of our spin-outs is Breaking. It's just breaking.com. It's led by an incredible woman, Sukanya. And Sukanya and her partner Vaskar actually had this discovery at the Wyss Institute where they discovered this microbe that emits this enzyme that actually breaks down every type of plastic. Now, you probably heard about plastic degradation. You've heard of other companies working on it, which is great. We need 1,000 companies working about it. But what's unique about this is they don't have to be pre-treated, right? They don't have to have extra chemicals sprayed on them. The enzymes work just by putting the enzymes in a contained environment with the plastics. And it literally, we call it breaking because it doesn't make smaller microplastics. It breaks the chemical bonds. So we raised a bunch of capital for that business. And we actually have 11 pilots with very large, everyone from textiles to industrial, military use cases and others, where we as humanity build a lot of plastics. And plastic is in so many things that we do, right? We think of it as like plastic bottles, but it's in everything. It's in our clothes. It's in, airplanes. It's in our body. It's definitely in our body, right? And it's in microplastics are a bigger thing. So a lot of the plastic degradation tools out there are just making smaller plastics. That's not helpful. We actually have to disintegrate and break the chemical bonds. And so we are now using synthetic biology to supercharge those microorganisms so that we've already made it where plastic that could never be broken down, so literally never that we know of, can now be broken down in 22 months, and we're trying to get that down under 22 hours.
Yeah, you got to get faster because a lot of people are trying to get rid of those top secret vibrators.
It'll help so many people.
I gotta melt that thing down before Mom and Dad get here. If you could accelerate that,
that's
that'd be
a new
awesome.
pilot that we haven't explored yet.
Yeah.
I'll make sure I bring that up. At the
Hey,
next board meeting.
just talking real world here now.
You have a room of
Look,
investors right here.
I know you've got a lot. You've got a busy schedule today. If you want to know more about what all of the above, you can actually go back and listen to that podcast featuring Ben and Beth with Gandhi and her Sauce on the Side podcast. Where else can we see you? How can we learn more?
So we try to communicate, right? So we have a YouTube channel, right? We're constantly putting out content. We're constantly putting out content on social. Our website's just colossal.com. It's very easy to find.
Got that. Good for you.
And so please go to it. Please watch it because people get excited about the headlines, right? And everyone's very busy. But like I said, and like we talked about at the top of the show, most people don't even know about the red wolf war because they just focused on the dire wolves. And it's great that everyone in the world is talking about de-extinction and species preservation and the extinction crisis, right? I love that people are talking about that and that projects like the dire wolf did that. But I also want to make sure people understand the applications to conservation.
Gandhi, is there anything you want to do to wrap up?
Yeah, I
Because
want
thanks
to
to
invest
you-
in the company, but he said they don't need any, so I'm really upset about that.
Wow.
Yeah. No,
By
I
the
think
way,
it's
Ben-
great. I love what you guys are doing.
Ben, are you interested in buying, a media company called iHeart?
We're very, very focused, and I think we've seen a lot of other big tech people buy media companies. Let's see how those shake out.
All right.
Good
Well,
point.
Ben Lamm, Beth Shapiro, we could go on and on and on. You were fabulous for being here, and good luck with everything. We'll keep an eye on you. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
That was awesome. Oh, there goes Elvis.
Elvis Duran in the Morning Show.
All right, show's done. Let's get out of here. Till next time, say peace out, everybody.
Peace out, everybody.